Yo, what is up? We are back, Hoops and Brews. Another episode, Summer League. But are we? Is this the last weekend of Summer League now?
Honestly, not sure for Summer League. The last weekend, I'll look it up right now though.
But yeah, regardless, we're back once again, Hoops and Brews. I'm Pavi. Obviously that's Joe. Monday was fun. We had a live podcast. Monday was fun. I want to do more of those. That was a pretty cool experience.
Is my sound back?
Yeah, you back. But yeah, I want to do more though. That was a pretty cool thing to do. I hadn't done one personally. I hadn't done one personally in like 3 years. It was cool to like interact with the audience. There's video of that on the channel, so please go watch that. Check that out. We have a guest today. Actually, he just popped in. I think he's live at Summer League. Cam, the homie Cam. What's up, bro? Where you at? Where you at? Summer League?
Nah, I'm in Anaheim right now. About to watch the Angels. Shohei Ohtani get down tonight. I just left the Summer League yesterday, so.
Are you about to watch the Angels lose?
Well, probably. But Shohei's a draw here, so. What's good, fam? What's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling.
What's good, Cam?
Well, let's start it off first. You just said that you just left Summer League, NBA Summer League. Cam, you were there. One, what did you think about it? Two, also, how much stock do you actually put in watching players play at Summer League?
How much stock? So there's two different answers to the questions. You want to see the players play first and foremost. You want to see how they interact with their teammates. You want to see, each time they get a chance to play on the court, that's the time for them to do some team bonding, obviously. And these are new players. They need to learn the NBA speed, the NBA game. So I want to see them play. I don't necessarily agree with Paulo sitting down after two big games. Although he looked pretty impressive.
I mean, he did look impressive, though.
Continue to play. Continue. Let's see if that plays out. Chet looked good in the first game. He didn't look so great in the second game. So was that he needs to experience some depth. I don't think he's going to put up 20 and 8 every game. So how can he adjust to how somebody adjusts to playing against him? We need to see that. He needs to learn that in the NBA. Why wait till another month and a half to 2 months for him to get that live game action? Let's see. They have a chance for them to get down in Summer League. So that was cool. I think the question came up was, should second year players be playing in Summer League?
Yes, so a lot of them need to play.
We saw Kuminga play. Kuminga get down in Cleveland thought that was unfair that Kuminga was getting out there playing because he put up 28 in his first game. And should he be out there playing? So, and I agree with you. A lot of these young players should be getting.
Like, why was Austin Reeves not at Summer League? Austin Reeves, get your ass to Summer League, bro. Austin Reeves, what are you doing? Remember that year when Taylor Horton Tucker signed and came and fucking watched him play? You are 20 years old, Taylor Horton Tucker. Get your ass.
They gave him 10 M's a year.
Yo, go play, bro.
I got my Cuban on, G. I'm posted up.
But I will say this about second league players. If you go to Summer League the second year and you don't dominate, there is something completely wrong.
Right, exactly. I agree with that.
Something wrong.
So Wiseman not doing his thing.
Wiseman looked good.
He's looked good one game. The second game he finished with 4 points. 4 points and like 2 rebounds. It's like Wiseman, come on, man! Like, he ran off the court frustrated. I don't think he did. I didn't even go try to talk to him. He didn't even do a presser that day, I'm sure. But I mean, he didn't look so good. It's like, come on, I think he was playing Boston that particular night, if I remember correctly. But in fact, they were playing Boston. Yeah, so these second-year players, you look for them to dominate, and he wasn't dominating that night. So that was a kind of a red flag that we need to keep our eye on. He needs to keep playing, and we need to keep watching to see how his development.
Joe,
but he's a young kid.
Joe, who are you most impressed by? I guess during this period of Summer League.
During the Summer League, the first guy I mentioned even before the draft, I'm going with Chet. Chet for sure. His skill set and his size is.
You really love Chet Holmgren.
I really do. And I think
Christmas, bro, I'm buying you a Chet Holmgren jersey because you really love Chet Holmgren. I'm buying you a Chet Holmgren jersey.
He might not want it by Christmas. He might not want
it. You are. And I think the whole he's not big enough narrative is so like it doesn't make much sense to me. I don't think you'll see one time next season where a team will be playing and they say, oh, let's target the 7-3 shot blocker. Let's get out of our whole motion. Let's target the 7-3 shot blocker and try to get him under the rim and get a
Well,
layup.
come
I
on,
don't think that'll maybe
stop
happen.
it. So you don't think what Lofton did to him? You don't think anybody watched that? Anybody going to use that game plan?
You cannot be serious, right? Kenny Lofton
Giannis is going to cave his chest in.
Giannis don't cave everybody's chest in. Giannis don't cave everybody.
Zion is going to cave his chest in. There are going to be a lot of people who are going to cave his chest completely.
So what are you talking about?
When his chest does get caved in, he has the limp to recover. He's an amazing shot blocker.
Again, you don't think there's better players than Kenny Lofton in the NBA to take advantage of him?
How many players in the NBA play a style like Kenny Lofton? Kenny Lofton, every time he steps out there, he caving somebody's chest in. That's just regular activity.
Don't change. Answer the question. Don't change the question. Answer the question. Do you think there's players better than him, than Lofton, that can take advantage of Chet in the NBA?
Of course.
Oh, well, there you go. Again, so don't be so definitive. So don't be so definitive about him. There's nobody in the league that can take advantage of it.
No, I never said that.
We question whether Lofton to get Lofton will make a roster in the NBA. Correct? We question that, right? Mm-hmm. And he was able to dominate him. So
he dominated him on a couple plays. Okay.
I think he finished with 18 and 8 that game.
So you're putting a lot of stock into that one game. So you're saying that, I mean, it's a summer game. He had a good game. So is that the only game he came off well?
You're right. No, what I'm saying is the only point I'm making is not particularly Lofton. Is there are better players in the NBA that can take advantage of him worse than Lofton can. That's what I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. So don't get so comfortable with saying that he's going to dominate in the NBA.
I never said he's going to dominate. When did I say that? I haven't said that one time. I haven't said he's going to dominate one time.
When somebody caves his chest in, he'll have the length to dispute. Don't be so confident in that, because we've seen somebody take advantage of him who's of subpar NBA standards. We've seen that.
I know. A lot of guys are going to try to take advantage of him, and they're going to fail. Also, a lot of guys don't have. Kenny Lofton has a very unique skill set that if he plays like that 24/7, he had that advantage. He took advantage of it. A lot of teams are playing Tatum at the 4. We saw in the finals, Klay Thompson was guarding Al Horford, and they did not get punished for a single time. So people can get away with stuff like that. Well, I mean, but if people can get away with stuff like that, I feel like Chet Holmgren will have no problem with his size, skill set, and shot blocking ability. So it's almost like a 50. If you want to target him, it's like a 50-50. Like, damn, I get my block, but I might cave his chest in. He's just like, he's never going to be an easy link to just, I'm going to get him out of here like this. I think it's way overblown.
And I don't think it's overblown. But to your point, there's not a lot of NBA NBA teams that's going to say, hey, that's our strategy. Use that as their first strategy in the game.
They're not going to do that at all.
Let's go target Chet but he will get targeted. I would have mentioned. I don't know if that'll be their first option. What do you think, Pat?
My thing with Chet is I don't think his weight is understated. I think obviously as he gets older, you can't play at 195 pounds and play in the paint your whole NBA career. Also, I worry about Chet is injury. Obviously, any guys who are that big, that long, you have to worry about their lower lower extremities. So that is a thing. But as far as his skill set, I mean, jumper looks good. You know, he can handle the ball. I think that next year his defense will probably come along quicker than his offense will. And Joe, I do agree. Like, yes, he does still have the ability to be able to recover. Even if he does get pushed under the basket, he's so long with still. Even if he does this, he might end up blocking a couple of shots just because of his length. But for me, the guy that I was actually two guys I've been very that looked really good to me. One was Jay Ivey. Jay Ivey looked the moments that he was out there. Granted, he did get the ankle sprain I think in his second game, but the moments that he was out there, he looked electric. Like he looked like a NBA level athlete. Number one, like day one NBA ready level athlete. I know during the draft we did the pod and I said they could be like a mid level. Cade and Jay could be like a mid level LeBron and D Wade. A mid level.
Thank you. Yeah, hit that again. A mid-level. What that mean? A poor man. A poor man.
Yes, a poor man's version of Bron and D Wade.
Hold on. So I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought up Ivy and Cade. I thought a better fit for Cade would have been Mathurin out of Arizona. I thought that would have been a better fit. Cade and Ivy are kind of redundant. And then Ivy's not. They both handle the ball. They're both shoot first kind of guards, right? Score first guards, right? Neither
I
one
think
of them.
Cade. No. I feel like Cade is a more. He's not. I mean, he's not Magic Johnson, but I think he's
Okay.
I think Cade is a guy who could average 8 assists next year.
Okay, so are you taking the ball out of Ivy's hand, or are you saying Ivy can play the 2 at 6'4"?
I think he
What
played.
do you? I think
I
Mathurin would have
both
been
were just
Mathurin at
guards.
6'6", 6'7" would have been a better guy, because I have a Cade. He's my first year draft pick, first number one last. He's handling the ball.
Yeah, but you don't want
Now
somebody
I
handling
need
the ball
somebody.
24/7.
I want somebody to score off of him. I don't necessarily want a 1-2 punch or a ISO ball, your turn, my turn type of thing. And that's what I think you're going to end up getting with Ivy and Cade. Although Ivy's nice, don't get me wrong, Ivy is
That's
nice.
also why I say they could be a mid-level LeBron and D-Wade, because that's kind of what Bron and D-Wade did.
Yeah,
Bron would handle the ball.
come on,
I ain't got it. I'm
I
throwing it to
mean,
you. You handle the ball.
that's high level, bro.
Regardless.
I mean, that's top talent. That's just her top two in the top two or top five in the game. Two of the top 5 players in the game.
Yes, but even judging off Jaden's size, obviously, being 6'4", and his athletic powerness, I want to say, that's why I made that comparison. And also Keegan Murray, I was very impressed with Keegan Murray.
I'm surprised. I was surprised by that. Keegan, I'm sorry to cut you off, Pappy, but I was very surprised at the toughness that Keegan Murray showed. I thought he was just a outside shooter, but he showed he can go in there and bang in the inside. He go snatch down some rebounds. I saw it's kind of different when you're in the games and when you're at the game watching it, because you don't see everything's not on the ball. Like when you're watching at home, everything's on the ball pretty much. But to see him down low banging, I was impressed with fighting off guys, getting position, toughing guys, moving bodies out of the paint. I was very impressed with Keegan Murray. I was in the second row of the game at the Cox Pavilion, and we're right there under the backboard. And to see him, I was interested to see that. I thought Detroit might go that direction, but Sacramento got him, and I thought that was kind of a mistake. Watching him play, and here's the benefit of summer league: you actually get to see how their full game, uninclusive of the coaches, strategy. You guys got to see Paulo kind of explode a little bit, which you may not have saw him do. Him kind of do a little bit more than some of us initially thought. And that's the advantage of summer league, is you got to see these guys blossom if they have that skill set to blossom.
Yeah, but Keegan Murray, like when they picked Keegan Murray, I thought it was a good fit. Number one, out the fact of they have Harrison Barnes, but they had nobody else to go with Harrison Barnes. I think like they actually have a very formidable 5 now. Like I even said this on the draft pod. If I was Mike Brown, I would run out Donovan Mitchell, De'Aaron Fox, Keegan Murray, Harrison Barnes, and Sabonis, and that would be my starting 5 personally.
So you're cool with Fox? See, I thought the hang up would be I thought going into the draft. This is pre picking up Keegan Murray. I thought the pick for them would have been Ivy, because
you can't keep picking guards, bro. You absolutely cannot keep picking guards. They picked 900 million guards. You can't keep.
You're right, but they ain't hit one.
Can't do that.
They ain't hit one. I
don't agree with that. Fox is good. Fox is nice. Halliburton was good.
Can I run with Fox? And that would have been my question. Can you run with Fox and Ivy?
I don't even want to see
if Fox and Ivy.
I don't literally. If Sacramento picked another guard, they should have been investigated. If they picked another guard, investigate the Kings. Investigate them for a money laundering scam. If they picked another guard after you just picked Davion.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not. What you're saying is not wrong. Davion. Right. But Ivy is a talent here. I mean, you already talked about his explosiveness. He's NBA ready today. He grew up understanding the game of basketball. I think he might bring a thing that these guards in. There's another question. Have we seen the best of Fox? Are we still waiting on Fox to develop? Are we still waiting on that? If you have the answer to that question, that determines if you take Ivy or not. Clearly, they haven't. Clearly, they think there's more of Fox to be seen, and they took Keegan Murray. But that was going into the draft. That was something I was debating.
Think Ivy even worked out for him. I think Ivy was very adamant about not wanting to go there.
Yeah, well, but in Keegan Murray, back to your point, Keegan Murray, I was impressed by his game in summer league, the toughness he showed. And again, you can see that that's not what I saw. I didn't watch a lot of his games, to be honest with you, but in just the highlights I saw of him, he was an outside player. He didn't show that toughness that I saw when I was at summer league.
All right. Moving along, let's get into it. Let's get into Joe's favorite player and favorite Well, I don't want to say favorite team because you from LA with a Lakers hat on. But your favorite team, well, player. Obviously, they added Gallinari, they added Brogdon. They didn't really give up anything. Do you think the Celtics are now? Granted,
Told you
obviously they
Brogdon
went
was
to the finals.
available. I
Do
told
you?
you Brogdon was available 2 years ago.
I
Go
never
get
said he
that kid.
wasn't.
Go get that kid.
I never said he
Oh
wasn't.
my goodness.
But
Go took
what do you,
Brogdon over Reggie Jackson.
what do you?
Topic for a different day.
Yes, I would. Yes, fair, but
I would a different topic, different day. But
whatever. But
Brogdon in Boston.
Brogdon in Boston, Gallinari,
It's fire.
Gallinari in Boston. Joe, do you think this makes the Celtics the team to beat? What do you think about these moves? Do you think it makes them better? Floyd,
It definitely makes them better. The team to beat, no. I still got a couple teams ahead of them. I'm still going to the champions, the Warriors, obviously, the Bucks over them, or Giannis, too much of a force. But I definitely it keeps them in that top 3, top 5 area, and it did what you have to do. After losing in the finals, they kind of looked and they sealed those holes that they clearly had. Somebody to get them the ball in their spots. Brogdon is a ball handler, excellent passer, insanely good shooter. He kind of honestly a better version of Derek White. So you upgrade that position, which is kind of like the area where everybody's saying they needed someone to settle him down, get Tatum into his spots, so maybe so he won't struggle so much. Maybe Brown will settle down a little bit, get the ball out of his
turnovers.
get the ball out of his hands.
Exactly.
But they just Brad Stevens, Udoka, and that staff over there, and they immediately pretty much that trade like a month ago, right? Like pretty much immediately after they took the L, and it kind of you can tell they evaluated what happened in the finals and they did what they could to fix it. I like the Gallinari pickup. He's another veteran. I think I think this is more just because he's a vet. They already kind of got what I don't know if he's going to play that much, but Robert Williams, they should be all right. I think this is a really good moves for the Celtics moving forward. But they're not the team to beat. I'm still taking the defending champs over them, and I'm still taking the Bucks for sure. And then don't even probably maybe the Lakers or Clippers too.
Boy, you just said the Lakers. I should log you out.
Right, exactly.
I should log you out.
He got the hat on. He got the hat on. Come on.
We're good.
And that's what they're delusional. We're good.
We asked the question.
They got 5 players talking about we're good. We got 5 players.
We got more than 5 players. We fixed every issue we had last year.
You did.
We fixed it you
did it. Your issue was health. How did you fix health?
No, our issue was youth
and health.
People can get up and down the floor. And health is also good. Davis got 2 years of rest. About to be first team All NBA, top 5 MVP season for Anthony Davis next year. They got youth. The Lakers lost a lot of games to young teams who are not as talented as them. I watched them lose to Oklahoma City Thunder twice last year. I watched them lose to Portland without Dame and CJ.
How confident are you AD is going to win the MVP? How confident?
I didn't say win. I said he's going to finish top 5 in MVP.
I'm very confident. You want to bet dinner on that, Joe?
First team All NBA.
Do you want to put dinner on that?
No, first team All NBA, not dinner.
Do you want to put dinner on that? Do you want to put dinner on that? Come on, you said top 5 in the MVP.
I'll bet. Yeah,
you want to put dinner on Nobu? You want to put dinner on
Nobu? Why I got to be at Nobu?
Because you're confident. I'm asking
you. If you just order for the table, you'll be all right.
I'm asking how confident are you in that? That's what
I'm not Nobu. I'm not Nobu confident, but I am dinner
Chick-fil-A confident. You're Chick-fil-A confident.
Yeah, I'm definitely Chick-fil-A confident. I'll do that. I'll do that in my sleeves.
No, don't even
bother. But look, they repaired the holes. They was getting ran off the court a lot because they simply could not keep up with a lot of the youth and everything that's going on in the NBA right now. They also hired a complete new coaching staff who was very much looking forward to implementing Westbrook in different ways. Multiple times he's talked about how he's going to get Westbrook in transition, how he's going to get him more mid-range
video of LeBron working dribbling.
Did they get somebody better than Malik Monk? Did they get anybody better than Malik Monk?
I think Lonnie Walker can come in and do exactly what Malik Monk did.
I think that doesn't say yes or no. Did they get anybody better than Malik Monk?
What if they got somebody equal to Malik Monk?
Who?
Lonnie Walker.
No,
that's fair.
Wrong.
That's fair. That's fair.
Lonnie Walker is a complimentary player. Lonnie Walker is a great complimentary player. Malik Monk, he can go get a shot when needed to. He didn't get
Lonnie Walker can get a shot. You got to put up them highlight tape.
Okay.
But moving back to Boston, my thing with the Celtics, my only thing on paper, this shit looks incredible. Adding Malcolm Brogdon, adding Gallo, a guy who's averaged 20 before.
That is a team who filled their needs. That is a team who plugged their holes.
Great job,
That's an example of that.
In theory, on paper, it looked literally incredible. Like again, like you said, you have a guy who I don't ever want to see Tatum fucking dribbling from 20 feet away from the rim, trying to set up the whole team ever again. Hopefully he doesn't have to do that anymore. He can go to his actual front court positioning he needs to be. But my only worry about these things is chemistry. Obviously, you just had a team who went to the finals, and you added 2 players who I think are like going to play a huge role. I think Braun is going to play a huge role.
Gallinari's
Also,
coming off the bench. Gallinari's gonna be
Gallinari. Yeah, I don't know about Gallinari playing.
listen,
Brogdon is there to make make the players better.
I just said my only worry. My only worry is chemistry. That is my only worry coming from a team who just went to the finals. This group has been pretty much together for, I want to say, 3-4 years at this point. Like, they really haven't had any like actual changes outside of Horford coming in and coming back.
You got Brogdon being Gilbert Arenas or what? I mean,
no, it's just like no.
What are you talking about?
No. But I do think it changes things sort of. And also, are they gonna still run the same goddamn offense? They gonna still just ISO and swing the ball around?
Because they have a point guard. And again, what I keep telling you for the last as long as I've been knowing you, you have the point guard in crunch time to help your stars get easier shots.
In theory, that's what's gonna happen. I promise you,
he's a better, dribbling. As Joel said, he's a better version of Derek White.
Yes, he is.
He's gonna get these guys in shots. You don't want these guys going on. So you don't want Jaylen Brown with a small hand
that's gonna happen.
Losing the ball. You want him to post up. You want Jaylen Brown to post up.
You want hands.
Yeah, that's why he keeps turning the ball over. You want Tatum coming off pin downs, running around, getting and finding open spots to get his shots off, and Brogdon to hit him. Brogdon should average somewhere 9, 10, 11 assists next
year. He is not going to.
I don't know, but he's not averaging that many.
Why not? Tell me why not. Tell me why not.
He's not going to have the ball.
He's not,
and he's not going to have the ball.
He can have the ball all day. He's not getting you.
So you guys expect him to do the same thing? You're expecting the same.
I average about 6.
Not the same offense, but I think it'll be split more upon him, Derek White, and the rest of the guards.
11 assists. You think he has 11 assists?
Crazy.
11 assists. You know how many assists that is?
I'm expecting him to run the show. And why not? If you got,
that's not gonna happen. And that is what I'm talking about with chemistry. And that's what I'm talking about with and that is what I'm talking about with chemistry, because that's not what happened last year. And you're gonna take somebody and bring him in like, all right, here's the keys. That's what here's the keys to the offense. That's what I worry about with chemistry.
I'm not understanding why we're not doing that. The kid, what do you average?
When has Malcolm Brogdon ever ran an offense though?
11 assists. Did anybody average 11 assists last year? Maybe Chris Paul.
I said if he doesn't, that's a problem. That's what I said.
Probably been like 4 players over the last 5 years to average that many assists, and Malcolm Brogdon gonna be one of the people to do it.
But why wouldn't he? Is what I'm telling you. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't
he? That's not his game.
It's not
his game.
One is not really his game. 2, he's not gonna have the ball enough. And 3,
what am I bringing him in for? What am I trying to bring in? What is he coming to me for? Then
settle y'all down a little bit. Another ball handler. They needed another ball handler. You don't need Marcus Smart. His usage percentage needs to go down a little bit. Marcus Smart needs to be utilized a little bit more when it comes to ball handling.
In 19 and 20, it was his career high. He averaged 7.1.
That's probably about what he's gonna give you next year.
No, I need 9. I need 9 out of him.
5 to 7.
If I'm not getting 9 or 10, I don't know why I made the move. If I'm not getting 9 or 10 assists out of him, I don't know why I made the move.
To relieve everybody else.
I'm not looking. Exactly. So let's give it to him. Give it to him, and then Brown.
They have.
Okay, we'll see.
They don't need that usage. And they just
9 is a lot, bro. 9 is a whole lot of assists, bro.
That's only 2. That's only 2 more than his career high. That's all I'm saying.
I don't even think Luka averaged 9 assists this year, and he dribble all day.
And Brogdon is not a good, anywhere near a better passer.
But moving on, there has been news. There have been rumors that Donovan, that rumors that the generational
what
wealth
do you
creator,
think about this?
known as Donovan Mitchell, the generational wealth creator,
Donovan Wealth, the walking NFT, huh?
The walking NFT, Donovan Mitchell has rumored that the Jazz and Knicks are in trade talks. The Knicks are
in New York
to acquire Donovan Mitchell. What do I think about this?
I'm interested. Yes, most definitely. Your guy gets 6. Your guy got 6. 5 draft pick or 5 number 1s in a player. So he's now that held up. That's holding up everything now.
I'll give you Julius. Listen, check it out. I'll give you Julius Randle.
No, you can't get Randle.
Yes, the fuck you can get Randle. Randle can go. I'll give you Julius Randle. Hold on, stop. I'll give you Julius Randle. I'll give you some random person off the bench, and I'll give you 2 first-round picks.
No, but I got my package is way better and way more realistic than whatever that nonsense is. Our package is Emmanuel Quickly or Obi Toppin. Quinn Grimes.
I want Obi though. I want to run.
Evan Fournier, and then
You have Fournier.
You have. So you want Obi or quickly, one or the other.
Wow.
Quinn Grimes.
So guys.
Like 4 first round picks.
Wasn't Donovan Mitchell the number one man in Utah?
No, it was Rudy
He
Gobert.
wasn't?
No, Rudy Gobert.
Who
was the one who
for smart
Rudy
people
Gobert.
For smart people's sake, Joel, for people who understand basketball.
What did Donovan Mitchell do besides score a whole bunch of points?
Can I mute
inefficiently?
Can I mute Fabi somehow?
No, because Cam. How can you win Defensive Player of the Year 4 times when nobody else on your team even makes an all defensive team? You were single-handedly anchoring top 10 defenses and the offense because they had you setting screens for every fucking body, and you want to say Donovan Mitchell is a league man?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The man was 7'3" in a league of the average height is what, 6'9", 6'10". Yeah, you better be the most dominant defensive player in the league. You're taller than everybody.
Sean Bradley was 7'6". That didn't happen.
Well, okay, that's right. And we were disappointed in Sean Bradley, right?
We were very disappointed in Sean Bradley.
Yeah, exactly. So
we're
disappointed in Manu Bol.
Rudy Gobert is a Hall of Famer. Donovan Mitchell, we might remember.
Listen, I thought we were talking about Donovan Mitchell. How we get on Rudy Gobert?
We might remember. We might remember Donovan Mitchell.
We might.
Wow.
We got 3 All-Star teams, first team all rookie.
Okay. Fair enough. With the same logic, with the same thinking, we saw Donovan. So Donovan Mitchell is what you guys are saying is a number 2 guy. Him going to New York, does that change? And then giving up all these picks, does that change anything?
No, but no, I know. Well, okay, it makes them 6 to 8. Maybe 5 in like a very good year. But you know what it does do? Something that's even more important is it brings the Garden back. Like it puts some excitement back into the Garden. Yeah.
For a season until they realize that they're going to be first round exit.
Yes.
And then that's their ceiling.
But if you're the Knicks, bro, wouldn't you love to just make the playoffs every year?
They just made the playoffs last year, or what? 2 years ago?
No, they didn't make it. That was two years ago. And did you hear the Garden when they made the playoffs?
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I don't.
Cam, you have New York friends?
I know what you. I know.
You remember how they felt about Julius Randle 2 years ago?
Yeah, and what happened last year? How quickly things changed. Things were all so good.
They experienced true happiness. They was back. They was live outside screaming outside the garden.
My point, what I'm saying is, they're giving up all of this for Donovan Mitchell, and where I'm willing to say he was the number 1 player in Utah, they really didn't do anything. And are they giving up too much for somebody who's just an average, another guy? That's the point I was talking.
What do you say would be too much?
Huh?
What number of picks or what do you think is too much?
For Julius, and the New York Knicks are targeting Julius Randle. If the New York Knicks are targeting Donovan Mitchell, what should they be giving up?
Yeah.
Julius Randle and a number 1. I mean, that's it. I don't know that he's
Randle in the number 1.
I don't know. I don't know that he's no. I don't know what you tell me with Donovan. To your point, to Joe, I think Joe, you asked this question. What has Donovan Mitchell done to say that he's deserving of all these picks?
I think so. 3-time All-Star in the West. You know how hard that is. You beating out Damian Lillard, Steph Curry, Chris Paul. 3-time.
Okay.
3-time All-Star. He beating out all them guards. You know how many people ain't made the All-Star game for years.
The reason why Donovan makes the All-Star game is because he's famous, though. Like, let's actually, he's famous.
In Utah?
He's famous, though. He has a shoe. He literally has an actual Adidas shoe.
But nobody talks about his shoe. A lot of these players got shoes nowadays. That don't mean much.
And they all make the All-Star team, too. If you got a shoe, you probably make an All-Star team.
That's cool. I don't know about that one.
Who has a shoe and don't make the All-Star team?
That's a unique correlation there. That's a unique correlation. I'm going to look into that one. That's a very unique correlation right there, Pat.
Ooh, I'll find somebody.
Donovan Mitchell is a 3-time All-Star, never been All-NBA.
I'm just saying though, that's a lot. You're talking about 2 and 3 picks. Like, that's a lot. If I'm Utah, I'm not expecting. They got more than it. They got more than most people would anticipate they would have gotten for Rudy Gobert.
Didn't they really get none for Rudy?
well, the 5 number ones, 4 number ones,
Five
and
number-
Yeah, but
the number one pick.
Like-
who
like-
was drafted number one? I don't know.
yes, but like in theory, if the Timberwolves make the playoffs every year, you gave up the 20th pick.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, so, but you gave the Toronto a pick for the next 5 years, so they have their pick and the 20th pick. So
But they also
can all do some work with that. But
they also have,
you wasn't giving up 5 picks for Rudy Gobert, were you?
if I'm Minnesota, yes. If I'm Minnesota, yes.
If you're Chicago, are you giving up 5 picks for Rudy Gobert?
If I'm
Chicago,
Minnesota,
no, but Minnesota, hell yeah.
Minnesota's a different ball game. They already got that. They got Anthony Edwards locked up for hopefully about
You
5
guys,
years.
you guys like
Towns
that
for 5
combo?
years.
You guys like that
Yeah.
combo? Rudy
Yes.
Gobert and Kyle Anthony Towns?
Did you see how good Evan Mobley and Jared Allen were last year? They're gonna be pretty much
Great
even,
point.
even better version of that. I don't think a lot of people
Great point.
slept on that heading into the season, but their length and then also Cat's ability to shoot the combination, which we see here. Allen doesn't shoot the ball much. Mobley can knock down a three. Cat's one of the best 3-point shooters we've ever seen, especially at his position. Them two playing together, protecting the rim and switching off.
The best at his position. I don't know.
Best shooters at his position. One of the best. I'm not saying all that, but yeah, that combination together with their guard play, and I think their front office just saw them get a taste of winning last year, and they doubled down on it. They're like, we don't know how good Anthony Edwards could be next year. Anthony Edwards might come out and average 28 a game next year. No telling how good he is. D'Lo, he's also still kind of getting better. Towns could have another monster year, and then with Gobert, they got who's Jaden McDaniels, right?
Yeah.
Or is it who? Yeah, him. He's also another solid young
Yeah,
player.
they just
have
added. That was
to
a good
win
thing.
now.
They just added Gobert. They didn't have to give up for
They
another
doubled
player.
down.
My thing with this is Rudy actually has people in front of him who will at least attempt to guard somebody now. Like he actually has people in front of him who will not create generational wealth for other people. It's like, no, we gotta understand.
But wasn't that the strategy though?
Huh?
Wasn't that the defensive
Come on,
strategy?
bro. It's never yes and
everything
no,
to the
no.
big guy, to the
That's
shot block,
bad.
to the
That's-
7-3 shot
But
blocker.
G, come on, bro. It's only so many fucking shots I can block, especially when they putting me fucking 5 out. So you want me to watch you get beat and run back to the paint and protect the corner? What the fuck you want from me, bro?
Kibler,
That's why he was throwing the
was killing him.
on the damn court. Gee, I'm mad as hell, bro. This nigga, like, you let man just walk by you and everybody call me ass and trash. Gee, you just let this man walk by you, bro. Jalen Brunson averaged 30.
But nah, you should be a little bit more mobile.
30.
If you're the 3-time defensive player, you got to be able to do something. You got to be able to fight back in some sort of way.
I was fighting back. I can't fight back for fucking 48 minutes, though.
You got to be playable. You cannot be ran off the court by Terrence Mann.
You didn't run me off the court, G.
Nobody
else
Who
played
ran him off the court, Joe?
Nobody else played. No, oh my God.
Joe.
Oh my God.
I just wanted to make a point.
He didn't with him pump fake, had his ass banged on him.
Shook
Okay.
him up.
And Gobert, when Gobert don't close out, killed him with some 3 balls. Like Gobert was literally attacked.
By the way, Terrence Mann scored 38 points. He hasn't scored that since. He might have scored 38 points.
I wonder why.
As a whole, shout out Terrence Mann. But Terrence Mann scored, hold on, wait. If we lose a playoff game because Terrence Mann scored 38 points, you got to just take that one.
If Gobert that says he good, he wouldn't have got that 38 that night. That's all I'm saying.
Terrence Mann
You can't be if he was as good as he said he would. Terrence Mann wouldn't have got that 38 in the first.
He got hot.
Don't say that too hot. Don't say that too loud, Joel. Don't say that too loud. You know, you got somebody throwing stuff around the room.
That's pretty. That's.
He's not.
And that's what I'm
really,
saying. And that's what I'm saying.
The way you guys think he's targeted, though.
I mean, he going to Minnesota. That was a lot to give up, and we'll see after work out. Did Phoenix Suns pay too much for?
We gonna get to wait.
Yeah,
we will get there.
Okay.
I want to stay on Rudy, real quick. Like, my thing with this for the Timberwolves is, right, obviously, I said this on the live podcast, right? So I'm born in 91. So I remember the KG era when the Timberwolves were actually a respectable basketball organization. That ended when I was in
96, 97. You remember that?
I mean, we really talking about early 2000s. Really. Like, 99 to like 2005, 2006. Really, what trade happened, 06?
Okay.
I was a freshman in high school last time they made the playoffs before this year. I was a freshman in high school. No, they made it one other time. Point being is, if you're in Minnesota, you just want to get back to having a respectable basketball franchise in your city. So that's why for them, so that's why for them giving up those picks was worth it. If you can just make the fucking playoffs every year, bro, that is more than what you can ask for in Minnesota. You just want to make the playoffs and be a name every year. Look and look coming into next year. I would say what the Clippers are better in theory. I would say the Warriors are better. I said the Clippers in theory because like I haven't seen Kawhi play in 2 years. PG, like I don't like the Clippers are a concept. I actually don't even know. They are.
I agree with that one. I agree.
Okay.
Clippers are the
Keep going down the list.
Clippers, Warriors, Suns, Grizzlies. I gotta wait on because of the fact Jaren Jackson broke his foot.
Does he have an impact that? I mean, okay.
They can still win games.
They still gonna win games without Jaren Jackson.
Fair. Well,
they still gonna win games.
In theory, the Grizzlies. And then after that,
Pelicans.
You talking about just the West only?
Yeah, West only.
Pelicans.
Debatable.
Denver or
Denver.
Dallas.
Denver has also had
debatable.
Denver has had a really good offseason.
Debatable
with Dallas.
What would you debate?
They lost arguably their second best player. Did they not?
Kind of recovered though.
And Brunson,
they picked up Christian Wood.
Yeah, they got Christian Woods. I mean, Brunson, I think.
And Woody was stepping into a big role.
When I say this, I love Brunson, but I think Brunson in the role he was in Denver or Dallas is replaceable. I mean, that's
it's just a bigger role for Denver.
A backup point guard is what they need. I mean, that's what Brunson was, right?
I mean, but did you not see how much he produced last year?
Huh?
You know, how many like Donovan Mitchell.
When Lucas sat, how many guards doing that?
He was Allen Iverson when he played against Donovan Mitchell.
but so I mean Dallas. I think Dallas. You got to count Dallas to be in it.
Debatable, yes.
Okay, so you got Dallas, Minnesota playing around there. I mean, they're better.
Dallas. I think Dallas, Minnesota, the Pelicans, all the Lakers are kind of all in like the same class.
8 to 10 or 7 to 12.
Like 4 to play in.
4 to play in.
Yeah, like four to play in. You know, like one of those teams gonna have a random injury. So they gonna win a little bit less games. I think realistically the Timberwolves could be like the third best team in the league. Well, no, not league, but conference. I think it could happen.
You got the Thunderwolves, the Timberwolves having a better record than Dallas.
First, whoa, hold on, pause. I'm saying it right here. You think the Timberwolves can win the West?
If everything goes their way, yes. If everything health wise, if they stay healthy and Anthony Edwards blossoms like a lot of people expect him to, everybody
else get hurt.
What do you think about Anthony Edwards?
Their way, I think if they stay healthy, I think he might come out there and get you 27 a game next year. In fantasy basketball, draft him. He might be. I think he could be all-star starter next year.
Okay,
he's very popular.
Does them picking up Rudy Gobert? Pappy, you always talking about Rudy Gobert needs more buckets. I don't think he gets any amount of more buckets going to Minnesota.
He don't have to
because you were the one again saying that, screaming that they should get more. He should get more buckets.
Jazz personnel.
I don't think Cats and because they know Cats and Anthony Edwards over there.
Okay, I'm just saying. The point I'm making is Anthony Edwards and Cat being there. Rudy's not going to get any more shots. What do you think about that chemistry between those three?
I think it'd be great.
Is Anthony Edwards is he going to get the same amount of shots or more? Along with Cat Williams?
Listen. I think the first time Anthony Edwards has Rudy Gobert set a screen for him and he comes off the screen wide open, I think he's gonna run a Rudy and hug him. And I also think the fucking first time when you go back on the other end and somebody is doing all the dribbling and Anthony Edwards stops him from just running right past him because he actually offers some damn resistance, Rudy is going to hug him and say, "Where have you been my whole life?" I think the chemistry will be great.
Okay. All right. So
Cat don't have, look. Cat don't have to block no more shots. He don't even have to try no more. he ain't got to try no more.
He don't even fake it no more. Huh?
He gotta go nowhere near the paint. Stand out there and shoot threes. Shoot 15 of them a game if you want to.
He's ecstatic about that.
Shoot 15.
There's no doubt about that. He's ecstatic about that. That's for sure.
But moving on, Aiden. You want to talk about DeAndre Aiden? Aiden is back to Phoenix. They actually, I tweeted yesterday that was malpractice, but actually it wasn't. They did what I said that they should do at the beginning of the season. season. Remember when I said they don't think he's worth the money because his stats don't show he's worth the money. So you have to let him hit the open market and see what other teams were offering. And be like, all right, I'll match that.
And ding, 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 ding. But if they had to sign him last year, they were already thinking about signing him.
It was but they would have paid him more money though last year. He would have
he would got more than 133.
Yeah, I think they said
because this was just an offer sheet. This wasn't the max that he could have got, right? Yeah, that's fair enough.
So they actually did save money.
Yeah.
Me personally, I wanted to see him with a new scenery.
That impacts chemistry right there. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. That's the kind of shitty plan for the NBA has, because that severely is going to impact chemistry. We'll see how it plays. I'm sorry, what was you saying, Joe? You want to see him hit the market?
Yeah, I wanted to see him in a new scenery, new jersey, new atmosphere. But he's going back to Phoenix, which is interesting because I know there was saying him and Monty Williams weren't getting along that well. Right, obviously, the KD talks are still going on. If that trade ends up happening. But I mean, I think they did the right thing. You can't really just let your number one pick walk. That's insane. That's malpractice. Like what Pappy said, you drafted him number one, even though I don't think he deserved to be drafted number one.
Yes, he did. Don't do that. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. At the time, he deserved. Yes, he did. At the time, yes, he did.
At the time, I think
he drafted number one.
Your scouts need to be better. You need to be able to. You need to look at what Luka Doncic has done at 14, 15 years old overseas. You can see what Trae Young led the NCAA in points and assists.
I don't think, but hold on, wait.
They're right there in front of your face. They needed a guard.
They had a backcourt. They had a backcourt player already, a dominant backcourt. They had Booker. They had Booker already a dominant.
They needed a point guard. He's a shooting guard.
I mean, you compare a dominant backcourt player as we already knew Booker was at the time.
Yeah, dominant is the word you want to use with that.
Really, he plays with Chris Paul. He's excelling.
We're having foresight, Pappy. We're having foresight right now.
Okay.
We saw the potential.
Allen Houston, knows which is dominant for Allen Houston.
But you pair that with a big man who's controlling stuff down low. I mean, that's hard to argue. I mean,
I'm with you though, Joe. I personally, after the way last season ended, also the way that they just completely forget to use DeAndre. Like, are they going to use Aiden differently, or are they still going to have?
Probably not. I think that's the problem, that they're going to be stuck using. They believe he is who he is. It's a good player, good, not great center. Obviously a good addition to their team, but he's not going to take the ball out of the same thing I was talking to you guys earlier. He's not taking the ball out of Booker's hands.
That's the issue.
That's the issue for who?
No, what do you mean that's the issue? That's not the issue. You want the ball. Devin Booker is a dynamic score, most points ever for 20.
I've seen. Well, first of all, because he was just shooting the ball all day in Phoenix for like 5 years, so I bet he does. But
someone in the first playoff run, just that playoff run from conference from round one all the way to the conference finals. Nobody had more points than him in their first playoff run. Like, he's legit. He dropped 70. Like, I'd rather have the ball.
But I've seen too many times. I saw too many times in the playoffs and also last year in which they would go through scoring droughts because they were too perimeter oriented. Also, they don't really have anybody else on the perimeter who can get their own money besides Chris Paul and Devin Booker. Mikal can't get his own money. Cam can't get his own money. Crowder can't get his own money.
That needs to be Cam's development right there. We need to see that out of him. I mean,
Cam Johnson. I don't know. I think he already peaked.
Yeah, I think he kind of is who he is.
That's it. Just a 3-point shooter. That's it. That's it.
He might slash every once in a while. He had a big dunk in the playoffs this year. Wow. He dunked over somebody.
I mean, this is like his second and third year. We can't get no more out of him.
He's also he's 26, I think. He was late. I think he stayed all 4 years at North Carolina. He's like 24. He was drafted at 24. So that's pretty much it is what it is.
And they got to get somebody else from Miguel because Miguel.
So what are the chances? What are the chances they get Durant? Are y'all? Is that still
zero? I don't think KD is leaving. I don't like. There's really nowhere the Nets won't. I think the Nets want more than what KD deserves at this point in time.
I agree. I feel like the KD situation is very weird. I'm not really with this one coming from. I think Kevin Durant made the strongest move in NBA history back in 2016 when he joined the Warriors. But this time, the whole kind of trade request, I'm not really rocking with this one at all. Like, you come to Brooklyn. You play probably 90 games over a couple of seasons. You win 7 playoff games. You don't really bring anything to this franchise, and then you just want to out because they don't want to give Kyrie a long-term deal.
Joe, I'm gonna come back to you on this trade request. You have nothing to say about the trade request. Your man spent the whole summer crying about a specific trade request. We'll come back to that, baby.
Wait,
But Pappy, I'm so disappointed in you, man. I've known
Right
you
this
for
way.
what 3 or 4 years. I think the most. I'm gonna use your words. In this day, what July 15th of 2000, the year of our Lord 2022. You have the nerve to say that Kevin Durant is injury prone.
Yes.
I'm ashamed of you in saying that. I'm ashamed of you in
Yes.
saying, as if you don't, if you don't know anybody named Chris Paul or Derrick Rose. I'm ashamed of you for.
They
I
all
bet
injured
Chris Paul has. Hold on, wait, Paul,
I'm,
pause, pause.
I'm ashamed of
Hold
you
on, wait, Cam,
for using
Cam,
that language.
Cam. Over the past 3
Kevin Durant.
years, I guarantee you, Chris Paul has played more games than KD.
Okay. Over the past
that's
3
not.
years,
Yeah, that's definitely.
he has 16 years of playing career to gauge it.
He's
We
missed
can't
2
gauge
full
it on,
seasons.
but
He
he
always been
went
injury
through
prone.
on a always been injury prone. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that, and I think
I don't believe in that.
I think Pappy, you deserve KD deserve an apology from you and Joe
No,
for
I
calling the
didn't say
man
he wasn't
injury
good,
prone.
but like,
One of my favorite players, D. It's not hard to admit. Once he had a Jones. Once he had that Jones factor. He had that Jones factor back in like
14, 15, 14,
He was on the cover of 2K. Then what?
He also had like a knee sprain when he was playing with the Warriors the first year he got there, missed like 20 games. Then obviously he had the calf sprain. Then he had to obviously.
So you're obviously you're looking at the last few years. So you're right. The last few years it hasn't been positive, but the dude has 16 years of NBA action. Okay, he's played in what 78 games. What is this? Nine of his 16 years.
That's no, but it's 2022, and look at the last 4.
I mean, if that's what you're basing, if you're solely basing it on the last 4 years, he's had injury challenges.
LeBron has become injury prone. It hurts my heart, but LeBron has become injury prone. He wasn't always this way, but like he is now.
I know. I think that's kind of a strong word to use to call
KD. He come to LA.
There's guys like Derrick Rose, Chris Paul running around out here. We got AD not playing in these games. I mean, yeah, I don't know that KD's in that category. We count on KD. He's throwing it out there like KD's only played. He played 55 games last year. He didn't play 35. Huh?
That is not that many.
The last 3 years, yes, because he sat out he sat out in 2000 the whole season in 2019 and 20. Yes, his playing average hasn't looked the best. But before that, man,
some possible games, he's probably played 100 something.
You're looking at the last 3 seasons when the guy has 16 years of a career to look at.
That's another reason as to why I don't want to give up a whole bunch for him.
Well, I don't know. I think, and that's why I wouldn't trade him because I don't think they're going to get enough for him.
Because it doesn't make sense.
I think they can move forward. Excuse me, the Brooklyn Nets can move forward by addition by subtraction by just simply trading Kyrie to Utah or Sacramento or
Kyrie's not reporting. Kyrie is not going.
I would say Charlotte, but they got to send him to the Wizards. That'd be a good spot for him. Send Kyrie to the Wizards.
No, honestly, I just want to see, like, to me, in my personal opinion, with the Nets, right? I don't think anywhere else KD can go can give him a better chance to win outside of Brooklyn, because they're gonna have to trade half of the team. Brooklyn have, like, bro, you got Ben Simmons, who the man say he's healthy now. Again, if Ben Simmons is alive and well, he is probably, outside of Marcus Smart, the best guard defender in the NBA, and he probably better than Marcus Smart on defense. He is also a premier playmaker. He is one of the best transition players in the league. And again, this is a guy who has been on the All-NBA team. Like, I think people forgot who Ben Simmons was, but like, Ben Simmons is a damn good basketball player. You also have TJ Warren, who, again, if you saw what he did in the bubble, he got hurt after that, but like, TJ Warren's a good basketball player, and he's on a minimum, so he's looking to, I'm sure, get a deal somewhere. You have Nick Claxton, you still have Kyrie, you still have Patty Mills. Joe Harris was also hurt last year. He's back. Like, you have a good, solid basketball team. If KD stays, like, I don't see why. And again, I make jokes about the Nets and all that, but before KD started getting hurt, they were the number 1 team in the East.
Before he started getting hurt,
they all collapsed. When Harden snaked him, it collapsed when Harden snaked him, and then Kyrie got hurt, was in and out the lineup doing his usual Kyrie work. But yeah, the Nets are good if he goes back. That makes the most sense. KD should, if anything, he should have went to Kyrie like, hey man, we can get you a long term deal. You come back, ball out hard this year, but you can't be mad at management for not wanting to give you a long term deal after that what you pulled last season. Kind of let the team down. You kind of let the city down.
KD having that conversation though. Is KD having that conversation? Sadly, I don't think KD is having that conversation. KD is not telling other players, advising other players, like trying to take control and be the leader of the squad. Sadly, I don't think KD's having that conversation.
I mean, what the fuck you gonna tell Kyrie?
I mean,
what you actually tell
you have that conversation just as
you have to tell him like you can't expect a long term deal.
Bro,
you got to run it back here.
We lost Harden because you wasn't coming to, you wasn't playing because you wouldn't get.
We lost Harden because Harden is a.
You wouldn't get the shot. You wouldn't get
the shot. You lost Harden because he's.
Well, I mean, whatever the case may be, but he need to be a better job to kind of keep those guys together. I thought KD needed to show better leadership.
I also think the Sixers got better as well. I think adding PJ was a good thing, and I think they got better by the fact of Harden will actually come in shape this time.
In shape, ready to play.
He won't be rehabbing. And I think he'll come in shape. I'm sure Maxi's going to keep developing. I actually think Philly also got better as well. But what's left in free agency? Like, is there anybody else you looking at to
There's one guy pops out. Mainly it's like wash dudes. Like Marcus Cousins is out there, Carmelo Anthony. But one guy who is out there that I do like, Jeremy Lamb, is a 6'8" tall wing who can shoot the ball. That's one guy. I'm looking at under the Lakers budget type, those type of players. We don't got no money to spend. But Jeremy Lamb, who else did I see was a free agent? Wayne Ellington, he's not down to 3. But that's pretty much it. Hassan Whiteside, if anybody's interested in picking up a big who can block a couple shots for you. But it's not really too much left. But like I said, like Jeremy Lamb is probably my favorite guy left.
My thing, Pat Bev, I don't think Pat Bev plays in Utah.
You think he's bought out?
Bought out? Nah, they'll probably know because you can get something for Pat. You can get a young guy and get some type of pick for Pat.
That's crazy. That's crazy that Pat's commanding leverage in the NBA.
But not like.
How's that crazy?
No,
he brings immense value to any team.
Yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, Pat.
Well, he's a vet at this point. He brings something at this point. But I mean, he's not. I think his impact is in the locker room more than so on the court.
No,
I mean, on the court. What? Have you ever watched a Patrick Beverley game and not realize what he was doing? You never have watched the game and not noticed him out there. Every game he played, you don't know Pat Bev is out there doing something.
Again, I think
that's on court.
His impact is in the locker room and on the practice team.
That's
a big impact. That's a big impact. That's a veteran. It's crazy to think that.
You're not gonna say somebody drawing technical fouls, diving on the floor, irritating the other team's best player is not impacting the on court.
Did I say he's not impacting the floor on the court? Did I say that?
I mean, you gave too much credit to the other side when I think it's more.
I said his bigger impact is in the locker room and then on the practice court. It's bigger to see that day in day out. He's not gonna play a lot of minutes. But those minutes
he played a lot in Minnesota.
Those are impactful minutes. What he does on the court during the game.
Does Minnesota make the playoffs last year without Patrick Beverley?
No,
I don't know.
No, but I'm saying that's impact. It's not all because of what he does on the court, bro. I'm telling you, it's not all because of what he does.
I'm just saying I think it's more equal value each. I don't think one is more impactful than the other. I think he's really good at both.
Regardless, I think he would be a good pickup. I think Clarkson. I think everybody on Utah's roster who has any type of value is up. Is up.
Fire sale.
Yeah, facts. If they actually trade Donovan Mitchell, which they should trade the generational wealth creator in Donovan Mitchell. Not build a team, in my personal opinion, around Donovan Mitchell. But New York should take Donovan Mitchell because the Garden will be lit. And if I go to New York, I'm buying a ticket to go see that team play. But actually, I think that Knicks team could be. I want Randall out, and I just want to run. Like, look, we got Preston, huh?
Randall run. You push the ball up.
Randall get the ball up. Randall get the ball in.
He going. None of that. He kind of like Camboy Kenny Lofton.
I want to get him out. I want to put Obi in because I actually like Obi. I think Obi looked good to end the season last year in my opinion. I want Obi. I want Mitchell Robinson. I want RJ. I want Donovan, and I want Jalen Brunson. And we running. We out of there. Also,
Randall, one of the best transition bigs in the league.
I'm straight on Julius Randle. I'm
Yeah,
scared.
I don't know. I don't know that. I'm interested. I don't know that they're better than Utah. And that's the only reason I'm
Wait, what do you mean?
hesitating.
Wait, with or without the trade, better.
I don't think they're. I don't think that version of the New York Knicks that Pat
That is
was
okay.
talking about. I don't think
Utah
they're
has made
better
the
than
playoffs
Utah.
for 5 straight years. That is
Yeah.
okay. If New York can make the playoffs for 5 straight years, they have done
Win.
something.
That's a win. Okay.
They have done
That's
something.
it. If that's all you're trying to do is just get to the playoffs, that would be a good
That
playoff team.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
But to me, one of the biggest things also was Colin Sexton. Like, obviously, I think,
Is he a free agent?
restricted free agent.
Okay.
Oh, he's still out there? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what's going on with Colin. If somebody will offer him some money, I think if Utah trades everybody, I think Colin is a guy they should offer some money. Like, I would offer Colin money if I trade everybody, bring him in. I mean, he's still 22, 23 years old. Obviously, when he's out there, he gives you about 20 points on like a good percentage shooting. Shit, I think he could do something what Donovan Mitchell could do if he went to Utah. So that's probably the biggest thing for me, that's out there.
Wait, before we go, what you guys think about the Dejounte Murray going to the Hawks pickup?
I think that's a good move.
Dejounte Murray and Trey Young in the same backcourt. What do you guys think about that?
That's solid. I think backcourts like that work nowadays. Like you saw Fox and Halliburton worked, Harden and Westbrook worked, multiple guys handle the ball like that dynamic where they could just switch off. And I think Trae Young desperately needed to get the ball out of his hands a little bit. I know he likes to score. I know he likes to dish it out. Dejounte Murray relieves him a lot, relieves a lot of pressure out of him. He can pretty much do everything Trae Young does. He can also take a lot of the defensive responsibility away from Trae Young. As we know, Trae Young has been considered a liability on defense in the past. He's small, not really that laterally quick. Dejounte Murray is the exact opposite on that side of the end. He'll get him. He can get let Trae Young come off some pin downs every once in a while. He can cover for him. I think that was a really good pickup for them. I think Atlanta is kind of moving. They want to get back in. They missed the playoffs last year, right? After making it, after having that Cinderella conference finals run. I think they want to get back to that.
They made it. They made it. AFC.
Oh, okay. They barely made it, because they guys want to get back to the year before that. They made the conference finals. I think it's a good move for them. That was a good move to get some pressure off Trae Young, who kind of does a little too much because nobody else could do that before. They had a bunch of guys who just stand around and wait for the ball. DeAndre Hunter, Boji, kind of great, but he usually relies on Trae Young.
Can Trae move? Can he score without the ball in his hand though? Can he move around?
You better learn how to do that shit.
Can he be effective though?
6'1". You better learn how to do it. I think he can.
Can he? The thought is that he'd be able to move like Clay and Steph kind of play together. Can he move like Steph does though off the ball? And
I don't think anybody can move like Steph does off the ball.
I don't know if he can do that.
But I am with Joe because I think too much of the Hawks offense had to come from Trae Young, and I think a guy at that size, is just hard. I mean, it's hard for even Luka to do it. It's hard for LeBron to do it. It's hard for guys who are twice the size of Trae Young to do it for a deep playoff run. So I think even for guys the size of Trae, it's even harder. And again, Dejounte Murray, an all-star. Like the Spurs didn't trade Dejounte because he wasn't good. They traded him because they realized like, yo, we have to get bad to get good. They see the guy from France. They see that and see stars in their eyes. So they have to get bad to get good. So yeah, I think it's a great move. I mean, again, him and Russ. For everything that everybody talk about Russ, him and Russ are the only players last year that averaged 18, 8, and 8. Dejounte and Russ. Only players.
That's funny. That's funny because you would think when you say that, like, though they're the only two players to do that, their trajectory is very different. Like,
I mean, I don't think Dejounte Murray is better than Russell Westbrook right now, personally.
You don't think?
You don't think he's better?
Russell Westbrook averaged a triple-double a fucking year ago.
Want to compare their shooting splits?
If they're both available, you're probably taking. If they're both available, you're taking.
I'm taking Dejounte because he's younger.
Well, yeah, there you go.
Shooting splits damn near look the same, actually. Damn near. If you want to be real, I'm looking at him right now. Dejounte Murray last year shot 46% from the field and 32% from three. Now he did shoot 79% from the free throw line. Russell Westbrook last year, for all the shit y'all talk about Russell Westbrook last year, shot 44% from the field and 29%.
Terrible. 44% from the field.
Wasn't great. Dejounte shot 46.
And then what is the
now free throw is a huge discrepancy. It's 66-79.
66. And then
that's going to improve for us.
Dejounte was what, 28 and 8 or 21 8 and 8 or 21? What was he? I know Westbrook
was 21 8 and 9. and 2 steals. Russ was really 18, 7 and 7. Yeah, 18, 7 and 7 with a steal. And Dejounte averaged, he averaged 1 less turnover than Russ.
That's fine. Hey, shit, Lakers really finna be fine.
They seem to
That's
be
good news.
fine.
I learned something new. So now when they talk crazy about Russ,
But
like I said, you like Dejounte?
But again, so yeah, I personally love the move. That's probably, I think that's a very underrated move, but I love it. Cam, how did you feel about it? Did you say you don't know how it helps?
I don't know. I like Dejounte Murray. I don't know the pairing of Trae Young. It just I think this is actually going to expose Trae Young because it's going to show
Hey,
that he's not able to kind of be that shot creator without the ball in his hands.
It's interesting.
And so that I think that's what this situation is going to expose. And I think the Hawks is going to end up having a better. They're going to be better with the ball with Dejounte Murray, handling the ball because I think he's a better passer. Although Trae Young is pretty good, I think
better passer
Dejounte
than
Murray.
Trae Young.
I think he does. I think he does. Just Murray does a lot of things better. The only thing better
Trae
Trae Young
Young
has is he shoots a better three from
passer.
longer and deeper. Yeah, that's what I
Trae
suspect.
Young. Trae
Yeah,
Young been top 3 in assists pretty much every year of his career.
because he had the ball in
Pound
his
the ball.
hand. He had the ball in his hand every
Right.
time. There was nobody else controlling the ball
Also,
but him.
led the whole college in assists. He's a
I
distributor.
mean,
That's
he
just
did go to
like,
Oklahoma and pound the ball.
Was there
bro, y'all
anybody else?
keep making these excuses. He still had
No,
to get the
well, that's
assist.
an excuse. That's a reason. If
What
he
was
has the ball in every hand,
I'm
if he
gonna
has the ball
actually
on
look at
every time,
DeJounte's usage rate last year, and I'm gonna compare it with Trae Young's usage rate last year. DeJounte's usage rate last year was 27. Trae Young, if it's not 30, I'll be shocked. Trae Young's usage rate last year was 34.
see,
And DeJounte averaged basically 0.2, 0.5 less assists than Trae Young last year. So it's not a crazy thing to say. It's not a crazy thing for Cam to say.
How
yeah,
many assists did Trae Young average last year and the year before that?
9.7. I mean, no, the year before that, Trae averaged he's always at 9, 8, then 9, 9, 9.
Oh, okay. Them is high numbers. Is
And
this Dejounte
DeJounte,
first year averaging 9 or no?
huh?
Is Dejounte first year averaging 9 assists or no? He's actually.
I think this is probably his first year, but remember DeJounte had the ACL, I think like 3 years ago. So I think last year was his first year really getting like super back in the swing of things. Well, no, he had the ACL 4 years ago, but like so that kind of like hemmed up his development. But yeah,
no, I think real deal. I think they do
I'm
it.
not mad at that.
Yeah, they do about every. Or Dejounte does everything pretty much equal except the 3-point shooter. Obviously, a 3-point in the range that he shoots from is obviously a clear discrepancy there. So I just wonder. Sure, it's going to allow Trae to come off the ball. It's going to free him up. But then that's when the Hawks will be able to explode a little bit. Can Trae play off the ball? Can he get some movement? That's going to be interesting. Nate is going to be there to help him with that. Obviously, he's going to be able to develop. This is what, 4th year in the league. I think that'll be the elevation of his game, and if that'll make his game even easier when he's able to see, or does he need to trust and see that Dejounte can do these different things and he can flow easily. And I'm interested to see because we haven't seen that, as you mentioned, Joel. He's dominated the ball in college. He's had the ball and dominated the ball in his so far in his NBA career. Can he play off the ball? That's going to be very interesting to see.
Fair.
Yeah, I think it's a given though, because he was very happy to have Trae Young. I mean, to have Dejounte Murray there. He stated it multiple times in public on social media that he's happy to have him there. If he's smart, I'm assuming he's a very smart basketball player. You have to make the assumption, oh, I have another guard, so I'm gonna have to step back a little bit. So it should be a given. So the Hawks should be very fun to watch next year with those young guys getting up and down. We had another distributor down there, not just Trae Young pounding the ball.
Fair, but one last thing.
They didn't give a lot. They didn't give up a lot. They didn't lose like some key young players on his butt.
They gave up who for him?
Yeah,
They
it
gave
wasn't
up
a bag of peanuts. I think it was.
Yeah,
because what you call it are looking to they're looking to get worse this season. The Spurs, like you said, they got their eyes of this French guy in their head. So
for sure. But one thing I do want to ask everybody, really, I want your opinion, Cam. MVP, defensive, the way too early. We shouldn't even be talking about this prediction. MVP, defensive player of the year, rookie of the year. Give me your prediction.
The way too early prediction
Way
for
too
all of
early.
you.
We shouldn't even be talking about this.
Oh my goodness gracious! MVP for next season.
God damn.
So Pappy, I'm
I don't
rolling
want to
what
be
you said.
basic.
Pappy, you mentioned this a year ago, I think you, and I've been riding with this. The MVP is going to be a foreign-born player.
Hmm.
It's going to be more than likely Joel Embiid,
I'm with that.
um, with it because it's his time. The narrative, right, is it, for him not to get passed up. So I go with their defensive player of the year. Um, Man, if can we say Simmons? Can we predict Simmons to come back
We
healthy
can
and
predict
actually
business.
perform
I'm not
and
mad at that.
produce and make up for lost time?
I'm not mad at that.
Because Brooklyn's gonna need that to be successful. So I'll go there for defensive player of the year. Who else you say? What else you
Rookie of the
say?
year.
If we're gonna have to go back on another show, I'm sure you guys already talked about the draft and how these guys fit with each other. Um, Jabari Smith. Why did Jabari Smith fall to number three? We say fall because quote unquote fall to number three when he was expected to go number one. Was it because did Orlando see that he was lacking something, or did they see that Banchero was that much better?
I think
That why did he fall? That's something I'm looking to
if
find
you're
out.
posing a question, my answer would be because I think Paulo's ceiling is higher.
Okay,
I think his ceiling is higher than what uh uh
Jabari Smith.
yeah.
Okay,
I think his ceiling
that,
like when you like even like I mean you were there like even when Pablo stepped on the court, he looked like an NBA basketball player.
right.
He looked like from day one he will have no issue dealing with the physicality of the
Correct.
NBA game.
Correct.
He looked
Correct.
different
Beasley,
than everyone else out there.
Beasley type score.
Um, it's going to be interesting to see how he develop. Does he develop? Because he can do. He's kind of a jack of all trades type of guy. Does he develop as a rebounder, like a Larry Johnson type player, or with more finesse, or does he develop as a scorer? Does he develop as a leader? It's kind of I don't know. I don't know exactly what he's going to be yet, but I believe he has the skill set to be um, a perennial All Star player. But what he actually becomes, who he actually becomes, that's going to be the interesting part. Jabari Smith. There were times when watching the games with him on the court that you didn't recognize he was on the court
That's gonna happen a lot in
in
Houston next year too.
as summer league, and I thought that was a problem when we talk about summer league being there. These players, number three player in the draft, you expect to stand out, right? Everybody's looking at him, and there were some times on the court where he's at the 3 point line, or he's not running down low, or he's not moving. There's no movement on him. He's just kind of standing there. He's just out there, and there's no sign of dominance. There were a few times spots on the during the game, like I literally did not recognize he was actually on the court. I think that's a problem. But you asked who's going to be the rookie of the year. Paulo's going to have the ball. He's going to have every opportunity to shine, and he will. He has more of to your point, Pavi. He has more opportunity or more of a chance to be a superstar in the league than Jabari Smith. So therefore, I think he's going to get the head nod. Now, and then this kind of goes. I think I'm gonna say Paulo, but the combination of Ivy and Kate
Yeah,
Cunningham. Does Ivy shine? Does Ivy? He's gonna have opportunities.
he gonna have
Does
some
he?
highlights too.
Does he
He gonna have
shine?
some highlights too.
How does that flourish? Because he's gonna have opportunities, and we'll see how that kind of goes. So right now I'm gonna say Paulo number one, and then I'll say Ivy kind of that group two second tier. Um, that was it. Coach of the year. Oh, did you say coach of the year as well?
Go ahead.
I mean, that's hard to say. That's hard to say right now, and I'm a reserve judgment today. But providing everything healthy in this way too. We shouldn't even be talking
We
about
shouldn't be talking about
this
this right now.
way too early. Season predictions. If everybody stays healthy, and these Clippers get back to the Western Conference Championships, it's going to have to be Ty Lue for the Lifetime Achievement Award for persevering through injuries, um, everything to get to that point. If they were able to stay healthy and get to that point again, I don't see how it could be anyone other than Ty Lue if the Clippers are able to maintain the number one or two seed in the West to carry them to the Western Conference Finals.
Fair. Joe, who would you say?
So who can't control their health? The Clippers being healthy, that's the new Kendrick and J. Cole collab tape. We never getting that. But anyways, my MVP, I feel like they don't go. I hate to say it, but MVP is probably gonna be Luka Doncic. I just feel like he overdue for one. Probably gonna have an outstanding year next year. He's gonna have a more ball handling duties with Brunson being deported out to New York for that contract he got.
Deported.
What is the word?
Okay, I don't know why I use that word, but yeah, I think it's gonna be Luka. He's probably having an amazing.
Summons is probably more like it, but okay.
He might average like 32 points per game, maybe like 8 assists, probably like 6 rebounds. Probably have an outstanding year. He's due for one. Hasn't won one yet. The media loves him. He might be topping All-Star votes next year. I think just overall, just a really great year for Luka's legacy this upcoming season. So he'll walk away with the MVP. Defensive player of the year. This one is one I just thought of. Pretty cool. One of my favorite bigs in the league. He went to USC. My boy Evan Mobley. I think he was really good on defense last year. And I think that this year he kind of doubles down on it with more experience. And Jared Allen is still back there as his front court mate. I think he's going to be a top 3 in blocks, top 3 rim protectors. He could also even switch out a little bit, and I've seen him hold his own against guards. So I think he's very versatile, and I think he's going to really show that next year after the experience he's already had and already been a good defender. I think he takes it to a whole nother level. I think we see games with Evan Mobley, like if you got Giannis in fantasy or something like that, you might not want to start him versus Evan Mobley because you know it's going to be a tough night. You got any of these bigs, you might not want to start him.
You might not want to start Giannis against Evan Mobley.
Yeah, Giannis probably should have been the person.
Maybe not Giannis. All right. If you got Julius Randle, you might not want to start
Julius Randle regardless.
I'm talking about like if you got like a stack team, if you can start
Julius Randle.
But I think Evan Mobley's really going to be a force next year on defense. He's going to take the league by storm and win his first of many defensive player of the year awards next season. Coach of the year, I don't care what nobody says. Coach of the year is going to be Darvin Ham. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him.
Darvin Ham should be like the mayor, bro. I mean, in summer league, he is the talk of the town. Everybody wanted a piece of him. He's running around, shaking hands, kissing babies. The whole he can't even enjoy the game because he's doing so much.
I'm not gonna hold you. Kind of like Westbrook last season. Hopefully, you don't turn. Westbrook last season in the summertime was loved by Los Angeles. Oh my goodness, he was at summer league last year. They cheering everybody. They had to play Nipsey and stuff. You know, it was going crazy for Westbrook last summer. Just hopefully the center energy can
wait through the home opener.
Don't switch up.
Midway through the home opener. Midway through the home opener. That shit died.
But yeah, the Westbrook over the summer, it's similar to what sort of how people are responding to Darvin Ham was what Westbrook got last year. But hopefully he pushes through. If the Lakers are healthy, which I do protect, I think LeBron and AD are kind of coming up 2 resting years, so I think they both will have a strong year next season. Even though, like I said this on the last podcast, they both have to work their way up into that top 10 next season. They earned it. They had to earn it back because what I seen last year was not something that top 10 players do. But anyways, I'm going Darvin Ham for Coach of the Year, and then my Rookie of the Year. It's either between Chet or Keegan Murray, but I think I'm probably just because I've been rocking with Chet this whole time. I'm going to rock with him. I think he's going to have a great impact on both offensive and defensive end. For his he's also he's shooting like 100%, 90% from the free throw line in the summer league. He has the whole skill set. He can score from mid range. He can hit a 3-ball.
Did they make the playoffs?
Fuck no. But they will be a league. I will be turning on OKC games. I will be doing that. I want to see Shea, Giddey, Chet, and all those guys get out there and run. Dort is one of I know Patty loves Dort. He endorses him multiple times, but they will have a very fun team. OKC will be a very fun team to watch. They got a heck of a core, and they're gonna play fast. And I think Chet complements that core very well. Giddey's gonna find him on the 3-point. He's gonna find him under the rim. It's gonna be fun to watch, and I'm just going with Chet.
Have you watched the summer league this year? Have you watched the?
A little bit, not that much. I've been super duper mega busy, but I've seen a little bit, not too much.
What's Giddey look like to you? Do you see growth out of Giddey?
I do. I think he's kind of in chill mode, just kind of getting guys involved more than he is attacking the rim. I think that's more what he's there for, anyways. I don't think he's there to really go out there and get you 25, 30 points. I think he's just there to get some chemistry with some of the younger guys, get some chemistry with Shaq going early, which is going to be huge for them going into the next season. The summer league reps could possibly mean a lot. It means they might hit the ground running quicker than maybe other teams who don't have their younger guys out here. But I think Giddey had an outstanding rookie. I think he had the youngest player in NBA history to get a triple-double. I'm not wrong.
His rookie year was solid. I think what I've seen out of him in summer league, and I've watched OKC, to evaluate Chet. I think it looks like he's doing too much. I don't know if he's
Doing
coming
too
off a
much.
year.
What do you mean?
Yeah, he's doing too much. Behind the back passes, over the shoulder passes, the no
When you
look
got it like that,
passes.
you got it like that.
But they're all turnovers. They're
They're,
all turnovers.
they're
They're
all
not.
turnover.
They're all turnovers. They all have been turnovers. You know what I'm saying? Where you have the opportunity to make the right play or make the basic play and then continue the game. These have been turnovers, and it's surprising because
It's summer
I didn't
league.
see I didn't see yeah, and that's is that and I don't want to hold them account until these games start counting. I'm not going to get mad at him until these games start counting. But it's what I saw out of him last year was that he was a very accurate passer and he had very good ball control. Just in these few games I've seen out of summer league, has been he's doing too much, and I don't know if that's him trying to do too much because of summer league, or it's summer league and he's just trying to get back into the rhythm of the game. That I don't know, and I'll watch that when the games start to count. But anyway, I'm thinking the ball's not going to be in his hands because it's going to be in Shea's hands most of the time anyway. So we'll see
No,
how
they're
that
both
plays out.
split. They're split.
Well, we'll see how that works out.
And I'll give my list so we can get
Yeah,
out of
give
here.
your
Um,
list of what we shouldn't be talking about because it's way too early
too
predictions.
Way too early. We should not be talking about this predictions. Me for MVP, I'm gonna go with MB because I just think at this point, come on, G. Like, I don't think he should have won it these years, but like he's been right there.
Yeah.
So if he just continues and he has a season like he had last year, you can't give it to Jokic again. I don't think that the Mavericks will win enough games to give Luka the award. I think they'll probably finish like 4th or 5th, and I don't think it'll be somewhere. It's like with Jokic, he had half his team hurt, so it's like he averaging 26, 13, and 9 with the team hurt. Get that man that award. So I'm gonna go Embiid for MVP. I'm gonna go Anthony Davis for Defensive Player of the Year, not because I think he will win it. I'm going it because he better fucking win the award. Because if he don't win the award, the Lakers are gonna be a terrible basketball team. So for the Lakers' sake and for Los Angeles' sake, he better win that damn award. So I'm
Hey,
gonna
bare
go
minimum top three in that war.
There
He's
you
gonna finish
go.
top three.
I'm gonna go. I'm
Finish
gonna
top three defensive player
Anthony
award.
Davis.
Oh, I love it.
I'm gonna go Anthony Davis. For Rookie of the Year, I'm gonna go Jaden Ivey. I think that these things can kind of lean heavily to guards because guards can have a little bit more highlights usually. Like Jaden's gonna have the ball, he's gonna be dancing a little bit. Like obviously when Case is down, he's gonna have the ball. They're probably moving on from Killian Hayes. I don't even know a single other guard that they have on the roster. I don't know if Corey Joseph is still there. So I think Jaden Ivey is who I'm going with for Rookie of the Year, just because I think when you look back at his highlight tape, if he stays healthy, when you look back at his highlight tape next summer, it'll look probably beautiful from this year. I'm gonna go with that. And for Coach of the Year, I'm going to go with Tyloo. In theory, that's very much an in theory thing because the Clippers again are a concept. I don't even know what I literally don't know what the Clippers look like.
Again, way too early. What do you guys say? What do you think? John Wall, is he a step up than Reggie Jackson?
I don't know what John Wall looks like anymore. I have to again. That's like the Clippers have so many people that I don't actually know what they look like no more. Like I don't know who John Wall is in 2002. I don't even know who Kawhi Leonard is in 2022.
2022. Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
interesting
that's
to
about
see.
to die. So I'm out.
All right, Rossi. But
All
yeah,
right.
it'll be interesting. But Cam, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it as always. Get your plug in. Tell the people where they can find you at if they don't know.
If you guys don't know, you can find me at Voice of the Fans, at _ Voice of the Fans on Twitter, at _ Voice of the Fans on Twitter. We do our podcast, Voice of the Fans, every week right here on HNB Media, or just hit us up, Voice of the Fans on YouTube. So shout us out every time we're here. We give you a lot of content at Summer League, NBA content, covering the NFL here. And training camp starts in a couple of weeks, so I'll be giving you guys fresh NFL action. We have boxing action. We got a boxing fight tomorrow. Ryan Garcia fights tomorrow here at Crypto, so I'll be at the fight. I'll have some boxing action as well. So you can find me. I got a lot of content on. Again, got a lot of content I'm providing you guys. Again, you look for us at Voice of the Fans on YouTube for Voice of the Fans podcast every week right here on HNB Media and HNB Media TV, and Voice of the Fans on YouTube, and then at _ Voice of the Fans on Twitter. Hit us up. Thank you guys for having me. Look forward to talking to you guys soon, Pevy. And Pevy,
what's up?
You made it up, man. I was very disappointed in your KD take from the other night. I was surprised the podcast pit didn't throw tomatoes at you guys for
Nobody throw tomatoes at me.
saying KD is injury prone. Shame on you. Shame on you for letting that out.
All right, Cam. I'll see you, bro.
I'll holler at you, fam.
My
Later.
dog. And as always, man, you can follow me on Twitter at Pat World. That's PAVY World, all one word.